The world's easiest retirement plan could work for anyone, whether you've got 10 million saved or 100,000 saved. This simple plan will help you. It's really only 2 steps, and the second step gives you that answer to that frequently asked question of how much do I need to retire? Now, the problem with most financial planners and retirement planners out there is that they use complicated modeling systems and calculations that aren't always the easiest to access unless you want to pay a lot of money for those calculators or modeling scenarios. Not to mention, they speak their own jargon-filled language that most people aren't fluent in. So in this video, I want to go over how to skip paying for expensive software and avoid using any confusing financial babble so that you can create your own retirement plan in under 10 minutes. But before we get into how you can create your own retirement plan and how to avoid some of the biggest risks that you'll face in retirement, I do want to make sure that you know about the retirement resources below this video. You can get access to the how to find your purpose in retirement, and then also my weekly 5-minute retirement email to help you feel more confident about your future. Now let's get right into the world's easiest retirement plan. The reason why I'm calling this the world's easiest is because it's really only 2 things, or really 2 numbers that you need. So I'll go over what those are and then a few examples so that you can do it yourself with your own numbers. And then I'll share what clients are doing to get a level 10 out of 10 confidence with their financial lives towards the end of this video. So for the world's easiest retirement plan, the first number we need is how much do you actually want coming into the bank each year? Or what do you want to spend? And if you're not sure, really take a guess. The trick to planning retirement is starting with a guess. A lot of people have good intentions. They start planning and they make the mistake that thinking that everything has to be exactly right, the exact numbers, but it doesn't. It really all does start with a guess. And then it gets more and more clear over time and gets more and more specific over time. Remember, retirement planning is not an event, it's really a process. So take a guess at how much you need to spend or how much you'd like to spend each year in retirement. The clients working with us at Streamline, they're high net worth clients. So you might think someone with millions, they don't need to worry about how much they need to spend or worry about ever running out of money, but that's not true. Whether you've got 10 million or 100,000, the concern of running out of money and making sure that you don't make any mistakes in retirement is the same. Everyone has a different standard of living that they want to keep the same in retirement. But for this example, I'm going to use a more normal dollar amount of needing $60K per year, spending money each year. So what you need for this example is going to be $60K. That's also $5K a month. That's number 1 out of 2. The second number to guess is how much you might have coming in from Social Security or pensions or maybe part-time work. For this example, we're just going to say all we've got is Social Security, and that amount's going to be $24,000 per year. So you take the annual need over here minus what the retirement income is, and that's the spending from savings that you'll need. So whatever you've got saved up, that's the amount you're going to take. So for this example, they're going to have to take $36,000 year 1 from their savings or their investments. Now, the second step of this simple retirement plan is figuring out how much do I actually need saved so that I can retire. Once we get that number, then I'll show you how to increase your confidence with retirement using a free tool. So for the second number we need, take the amount that we want to spend from savings and then either multiply it by 25 or 33. I'll share the science behind the 25 to 33 number and why it makes sense. But let's complete this equation just to see what the result is. But here's a quick warning for you. Here are 2 things that you shouldn't do. Don't calculate the results for yourself and then either get discouraged or also feel too overconfident. So I don't want you feeling too discouraged or too overconfident, because we've seen that either of those feelings, it hasn't helped people when they're planning retirement. Discouragement, that could lead people to really give up too soon or ignore planning because they just don't want to pay attention to it or look at it. And then the overconfidence situation, that leads to more carelessness or not really thinking about any of the risks that could come up or could be a surprise. So really don't feel either of those. And also remember that these numbers, they're just one part of the retirement equation, right? Your life is more than just money. You already know that. And one of the goals of this channel is to help you worry less and think less about money, actually, so that you can be freed up to really focus on other important things, such as your purpose or significance, and possibly even helping others, like your family, or maybe causes that are making a difference in the world. So back to the numbers part, how does this all play out for this example? So they've got 36K times 25, that equals 900K needed. And the 33 number, that would be 1.18 million needed. So the range of savings or investments is between 900 to 1.18 million. Now that 25 to 33 range is based off a well-known retirement study called the Trinity Study, and it's one of the most influential findings on safe withdrawal rates. You've probably heard it before, and you'll notice when you look at the numbers that 36K need that we have, that is 4% of 900. You may have also seen articles or read things about how the 4% rule is dead. Now there's a lot of debate going around this, but if you want to be a little bit more conservative in planning out things, just this first guess at retirement needs, use the 33 number, and then we'll take a look at 36K and 1.18 million. This is 3% withdrawal rate. But please do remember that I made this video just so you had a way to get some numbers as a starting place, really with the least amount of math possible, with the knowledge that this is just the beginning of the journey. And if you're serious about retirement, there's a next step to get to that level 10 confidence using a free tool. At Streamline, we can help a select number of people retire and maintain their current standard of living, but we really wish that we could help a lot more people and we could help everyone. That's why we created this channel, so that we could share what's working for our clients and also share it with you. And one thing that is working for them is, yes, starting off with something simple like this as really a first guess, the world's easiest plan. But after doing that, realizing that to gain more confidence, you need to have both a plan A, but also a plan B, and sometimes a plan C. Because what if things change? What if things don't go as expected to plan? The world's easiest plan is really a rule of thumb, and rule of thumbs are great in the absence of planning. But you know that there's so many different factors that work into retirement, like how do we make tax efficient withdrawals happen? How are we making sure that we're invested the right way? And then how do you make sure that you're not paying any more tax than you need to? That's just a few. And to help with these questions, you can either reach out to me through our website, or you can go to the Retirement Planner calculator below this video. It's really my favorite calculator that can answer a lot of those questions I just mentioned, and also help with some of the unknowns while keeping it simple enough so that anyone could do it. So step one is using the simple two-step calculation here that we went over in this video to get an idea of where you're at. And then if you're serious about it, then check out the retirement calculator below and then start building your plan out a little bit more. And then, as always, talk to a financial professional before making decisions on big things like this. So I hope that video was helpful. If it was, please like and subscribe so that you don't miss the next video on how to not pay tax on your IRA distributions in retirement. So I hope to see you there. Take care.